Hi guys. You know, it's been an exciting year for us. Beginning of the year we introduced new packaging and refreshed our labeling. In today's session I'd like to bring you up to date as to how we label our products. This is how you would get your package. It's packaged in a corrugated cardboard box with jeweler's paper wrapped around the post. But to get back to the labeling, it's an Mullion. It's made by Post Latch Industries, and you can find us on a website and YouTube. We break down what's inside the box by a number of choices here. In this case, this box has a 42-7-CNI. And what that stands for, the 7 is the 7 foot long. The CNI is complete new installation. So it comes to you as a complete post with base plate and upper hardware and all the fasteners required to install this. The next thing, it tells us that this one is a standard gray, light gray in color. It's powder coated light gray. Basically, all our product is standard light gray. If a larger number of Mullions is ordered and a color is requested, we can supply a different color. If we go down the list here, you have a choice of an 8-foot CNI, and then you got a 7-foot CNI FR. FR stands for fire rated. So you have the 7 and 8 as fire rated. We also supply a 10-foot. The 10-foot doesn't come fire rated though, and it's labeled NFR, non-fire rated. So in this second column, the first was the light gray, then we have lockable. We can supply you with a lockable Mullion, and it'll come to you already pre-assembled with the locking clip inside the Mullion and the cylinder supplied. I spoke about your choice of color. If the quantity is adequate, then we can supply you with the color that you request. Also, the latest innovation that we have introduced with our product is the Auto Connect, and it is really being accepted by a lot of people. It's an answer to an ongoing problem. So we're really excited as to the success of this Auto Connect. Oh, by the way, we do have a QR code. So if you need any information, you can take your phone and put it on camera app. Our website will come up and you will be able to get technical drawings, instructions, whatever you need. You also have an indication here that it indicates that this is the bottom of the post, and your hardware and your instructions are located here. This is the end of the post that you cut. You don't cut the top end. Now, the labeling on the post will illustrate that. It'll give you instructions. So I'll open one up. There we go. There's the hardware. You've got the latch, there's the base plate, that's the upper housing, the fasteners are inside, and there's your instructions. Everything's included. As you can see here, this being the bottom of the post, all our products, except the 10-footers, are calibrated. This dimension is quite accurate, measured from the other end of the post, the end that you don't cut. So once you've installed the upper hardware into the frame and the base plate to the floor, you measure from where the post sits on the base plate to the short leg. The front underside of the short leg is the length of your post. You find that calibration or that measurement on this calibration strip, square it off, cut it, clean it up, dab a little bit of paint on it, pull it out and install it. Now, rather than pull this whole post out, I'll just take another post alongside of me here to illustrate what I'm talking about. If you're to pull that post out of the box, the other end of the post will have a label on there, a strip, and it says top, do not cut. This top is a factory finish. When you go to install this post into the hardware, you have a nice factory clean edge that lines up with the hardware, rather than something that's been cut and burnt and whatever, messing it up. We want the end product to look nice. You might have noticed we have another label here indicating that this is the door side. And you might say, well, what does it matter? Well, it matters because we provide on our mullions a punch mark, center punch, on the side of the post and on the back of the post. And what they are is, this is the center for the 1 3/16 hole for the mortise cylinder to go through. That mortise cylinder goes through the post and through the clip, the slider clip that unlocks the hardware up above. Without a template, it's already pre-marked for you in the field. If you desire to add a lockable function to the post, you can do so simply by drilling that up to 1 3/16 and going ahead and installing the lockable hardware. Now, on the back of the post, there are two center punch marks. They are 1 inch apart, and they're exact length from the top. Everything is precise. And what that's for is for the auto connect male connector goes inside and is pop riveted. You drill 2 holes. We give you the dimensions, the drill size. You drill 2 holes and the rivets are supplied, and you insert the male, holding it in place, and you pop rivet it in place. You say, well, why do we have to know which is the door side? All our mullions, the welded seam is on the 3-inch side. We never have the welded seam on the 2-inch side. Reason being that if we had it on the 2-inch side, the slider plate for the locking mechanism would have to straddle that weld bump, and you couldn't bolt it down, it would jam up. So that weld would interfere. On the back side, the back leg of our hardware goes in there. So if you had that weld there, that weld would throw everything off. The other thing is, if we had the weld on this side where the cylinder goes, the locking hardware again would be interfered with by that weld. So the only place that weld can go is on the right side of the post, or the finger side. So that's why we indicate this side to the doors. We provide these center punch marks so that it's easier in the field to add the options that you might require down the road. Make it a more versatile product, so that you don't have to replace the mullion every time your requirements change in a building. Sometimes you might need to make a passageway lockable or whatever. You have that provision. Or if you have to have added an auto connect, you can add it on later. It makes the product way more versatile, saving you money. If you ordered a lockable mullion without a cylinder, that mullion would come to you with the hole for the cylinder already pre-drilled, and the locking clip would be strapped inside there. That's it if you're using your own cylinder. If you're not using your own cylinder and you request the cylinder in the parts list, in other words, if you were to say order lockable -CYL, that indicates to us that you're requesting the cylinder with the lockable mullion. So at that point, we actually assemble it. We install the cylinder into place so that what you get is a working lockable mullion with 0 time to assemble. The moment that you cut it to length, you can install it, and it's a lockable mullion for you. It is the only one on the market that does that. By the way, I think we're the only ones that have the auto connect. The AutoConnect works across all our product. All our product is prepped to receive the AutoConnect. So if you decide at a later time to use an AutoConnect, you can go back to any of our product and install it. You don't have to replace the Mullion. Thanks for your time.